Things that rich people don't spend money on. Some people think wealthy folks wake up and start throwing cash at anything that moves. But watch closely and a different story appears. The richest people often spend less on things most people assume they adore. Their habits look almost boring, but that's the trick. The money stays because it isn't wasted. And that's where this really gets interesting. Take flashy upgrades. Luxury phones dropped every year, limited edition headphones, gold-trimmed gadgets that promise exclusive experience. Many high-net-worth individuals don't bother. A functioning device beats a fancy one. Studies even show that people earning above certain thresholds keep their phones longer than middle-income buyers who chase prestige updates. The wealthy prefer performance, not status glitter. Then there's impulse shopping. Most folks treat promotions like magnetic fields. Wealthy people treat them like traps. Overspending on random items drains more fortunes than bad investments. That's why affluent households usually build routines, budgets, and quality-driven buying habits. They'd rather buy one reliable thing and use it for years than keep replacing cheap options. And fancy cars? Actually, many rich people avoid buying new ones. Depreciation punches harder than any tax. Cars lose a huge chunk of value the moment they leave the lot. Many affluent families buy pre-owned, lease strategically, or simply drive something modest because the quiet savings compound. Warren Buffett famously stuck with his everyday vehicle until it practically became part of folklore. Wealth doesn't always roar. Sometimes it strolls. Designer logos are another category where real money avoids the spotlight. The ultra-rich prefer craftsmanship, not loud branding. Research around luxury consumption shows that extremely wealthy buyers gravitate towards quiet luxury pieces. Simple, high quality. No need to tattoo a brand across a chest to prove anything. If these insights are already shifting the way value is seen, hit the like button and subscribe. More breakdowns like this are coming, and they'll sharpen anyone's money instincts. Back to the story. One of the biggest things wealthy people refuse to waste money on is fees. Hidden charges, unnecessary subscriptions, bank penalties. The rich monitor them like hawks, not because they're stingy, but because unnecessary leakage adds up. Studies show that subscription creep drains billions from households each year. Wealthy people audit their expenses often. Anything unused, terminated. They also avoid overpriced convenience. Eating out every day, constant food deliveries, buying bottled water like it's oxygen. Even the ultra-wealthy cut back on these. Not out of frugality, but out of practicality. Many have private chefs or meal plans because it's healthier and cheaper long-term. Something as simple as hydration, they invest once in a filter and stop paying inflated water prices forever. And here's the twist. Rich people rarely buy trend furniture. The kind that looks amazing on social media, but falls apart the moment someone sits on it. They invest in timeless items, often handcrafted, sometimes antique, that hold or even increase in value. Furniture as an asset, not decor that expires with the next Instagram trend. Holiday seasons? They don't splurge the way people expect. Overpriced gifts, exaggerated decorations, wild parties designed purely for show. The genuinely wealthy often skip all that. They value experiences, meaningful time, and simplicity. That's why elaborate festive spending usually comes from middle-income households trying to mimic wealth, not from those who actually have it. Another thing they avoid, buying everything outright. Ownership isn't always the smartest route. High-net-worth individuals rent luxury, lease equipment, borrow art, or co-share memberships. It limits risk, cuts maintenance costs, and keeps flexibility high. The average person might see this and think stingy, but it's a strategy. They also don't overspend on health shortcuts. Instead of buying miracle supplements or overpriced wellness trends, they invest in preventative care, fitness trainers, nutrition plans, sleep optimization. Studies show that higher income groups exercise more, smoke less, and follow structured health routines. Money likes a healthy body carrying it around. One more surprising category. Rich people rarely spend money on excessive entertainment. Not because they don't enjoy life, but because their fun usually comes from investments disguised as passions. Golf where deals happen, clubs that double as networking hubs, memberships that connect them to opportunities. Entertainment with utility, not entertainment that drains. And perhaps the most overlooked thing they don't waste money on, impressing others. The richest people stay low-key. They don't compete in the who has the most Olympics. They don't chase validation from strangers. They don't measure success by how loudly they can look wealthy. True wealth moves with quiet confidence. Here's the real takeaway. Wealth grows when spending becomes intentional, not joyless, not restrictive, just smart. Money behaves like water. It flows toward structure. The rich build that structure by refusing the unnecessary, skipping the theatrical, and focusing on what multiplies value. Anyone adopting even a piece of that mindset starts shifting into the same orbit.